Okay. Hello. This is our first Christmas romance of this video. And I'm currently like 80% through it. Let me just give you a little synopsis, a little tiny synopsis about Wreck the Halls by Miss Tessa Bailey. This is following Beat and Melody. And if you're like, why are those two people named that way? Well, their mothers were famous rock stars and best friends and broke up whilst they were pregnant with their kids, and without knowing it, named their kids harmonious names. Which is a wild statement to say. And now, they are trying, the children, Beat and Melody, are trying to get the band back together for $1 million each on a live streamed reality TV show. And during this, they obviously are starting to develop feelings for each other. That's your synopsis, because that's literally the plot. And, well, there's also a subplot about Beat being blackmailed, but that hasn't come up a lot, even though that is the catalyst for why he agrees to this. But, like, I don't know. It's for sure going to come to fruition in the next, 100 pages, because it's a main plot point. Here's my thoughts right now. Now, y'all know me. I love a Tessa Bailey book. I like to devour them whole. They're great fun. But here's the thing that I'm struggling with. Tessa Bailey is currently pretending like Beat has a certain kink, which he doesn't. He's just traumatized by the fact that he's been a rock star's kid his whole life and can't trust people. And he thinks that's a kink, but it's actually trauma. And every single time that this man mentions it, I'm like, no, sir, you just need therapy. So that's really taken me out of the smutty time. And also, the smutty time, it's not Tessa Bailey's best. I'm going to be 100% honest. It's not Tessa Bailey's best. Maybe I'm going to get a beautiful moment in the next 100 pages before the end of this book. But, like, the one smut scene that we've had a total of 3 at this point. The one where the smut, came to fruition of both parties doing the do. I didn't find myself intrigued or caring, to compare it. Because we're talking about Tessa Bailey. To compare it to when Brendan and Piper in It Happened One Summer first have the smut. This is just not, the smut isn't hitting. I care more about the reunion aspect of this than the romance part. Because also, this dude's name is Beat. And I can't take that seriously. So, I am on page 240 of... Oh, do I really only have, of 351. So I have 110 pages left. It's not It Happened One Summer. You know what? That's okay. I don't mind that. But this isn't giving what I want it to be giving. I want it to be giving the spice level of happenstance with the plot of It Happened One Summer. And that's just not what I'm getting. So we're going to try to finish this tonight before I go to sleep, because I don't have to be up early anyways. And I will get back to you once I do finish, because we do have to move along to the next Christmas book. We got so many to read this month. My hair looks bad. We're not talking about it. I finished our first Christmas romance. We're giving her 3 stars. It was fine. Overall, it was fine. Did Christmas play a big part? Not really. It was just a Christmas scene. Tessa Bailey, like I said before in my update, I wanted happenstance smut with It Happened One Summer plot. Not the exact plot of It Happened One Summer, by the way. I realize I've been saying that, but like the plot structure, because that plot structure is really good. And this just wasn't that. It was overall fine. It's definitely not Tessa Bailey's best. It's also definitely not Tessa Bailey's best smut. And personally, I just, it was okay overall. So, with that said, this is the ending of Wreck the Halls. Now, let's get to Mistletoe Motive. Hi, I have to update you again today because I've already finished. Mistletoe Motive. And I have to give you my review. It only took me maybe an hour and a half. Which, granted, it's only, I think, like a 4-hour audiobook, but still was shocking. I'm giving Mistletoe Motive a 4-star. Overall, really enjoyed it. It's short, it's sweet, it's simple. The smut is good, even though the smut isn't until, like, the very end. I enjoyed the bookstore aspect. I enjoyed the little hint of hockey, because you know me, love a hockey. And I just enjoyed my audiobook experience. I really just put that on and just went, and I didn't have to like really pause for much. So we're calling that a massive win. So Mistletoe Motive, a 4-star. I have the audio for Resting Scrooge Face by Meghan Quinn that I'm going to start now just because I'm on the audiobook roll. Oh, Finnegan! He's yelling. He heard me talk and he was like, hey. So 4 stars. We've got 2 of our Christmas books down. Now let's jump into the next one. We'll see you for the Resting Scrooge Face review, I guess, because it's only an hour and 30-minute long audiobook and I listen on 2 times speed, so that's not going to take us that long. So, let's go. Hi, I finished Resting Scrooge Face. We're giving her 2 stars. Okay, so here's my thing. I knew it was short. So, like, I accepted that. However, it was so short that, like, it felt like there was no, like, real development on anyone's parts. And honestly, I was listening to the audiobook and I kept tuning out because there was nothing keeping me intrigued. And then on top of it, number 1, there's no smut. So, great. Number 2, it just kind of feels like no one learned anything. We didn't really understand why they broke up in the first place. There's obviously no third act conflict. They're writing each other's letters but don't know it's each other. Overall, there was a lot going on, not enough explanation, not enough plot, and not enough character growth. So a 2-star it is. And I'm salty about it. So I don't know which Christmas romance I'm going to pick next. But when I decide, I will let you know. Hello. I am coming to you, dear friends, in the Christmas reading vlog because I've just finished our 4th Christmas romance, which is none other than Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth. This is getting a 4-star, so right now it is the favorite of our group. Rightfully so, because oh my god, the chemistry, the smut, the plot, the single dad, single mom falling in love with each other story, the man driving an hour every single gosh darn night to set up an elf on the shelf for 2 little girls to win them over. I mean, need I say more? And I will, because this is the favorite. Like, hands down, this is the favorite. It's just, I read Morgan Elizabeth's 'Tis the Season for Revenge last year. Really enjoyed it. Thought Abby and Damien were cool. I love Nick and Shay a lot more. I really, really enjoyed this book. It wasn't even really Christmas. Like, yes, it's taking place during Christmas, but it's not like Christmas, you know? Christmas isn't a main, well, actually, I am lying to you. It is. He's literally, the plot is him going to her house every night to put up an elf on the shelf for her daughters. So yeah, never mind. I'm wrong. Christmas is part of the plot. Excuse me while I just return to Kindle Unlimited. But like, it doesn't feel overwhelmingly Christmas, if that makes sense. There's more of a focus on Shay trusting Nick with her trust, with her girls, with her love, with her heart, all of that. And it was just so beautiful to read. I think in general, let's get the light. First of all, a little better. Second of all, this is much better for my back. It's just, it was just good. The smut, it was smutting. She was smutting. Morgan Elizabeth did not hold back. If you like a little bit of a man taking control in your smut, homegirl, this is the one for you. It was good. It was very good. And like Nicholas Finch, he's a man who drives an hour every single night to set up an elf on a shelf for 2 little girls because he mentions it at Thanksgiving. And Shay doesn't have the bandwidth to do that as a single mom. So he does it for her. It's just, it was good. And it read really fast. Like, once I started really reading, I finished it essentially in 2 sittings. I really enjoyed this one. This is right now the favorite of our little Christmas romancing. 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend if you want just a little Christmas romance. Big Nick energy. Who would have thought that a title like that would be good? Certainly not me. But here we are. It was good. Ticked off the box. On to our next Christmas romance. Okay, friends, I have finished our 5th Christmas romance book. And so I read Christmas Cupid by, I don't know how to pronounce her first name. Ilsa Madden Mills, I think. And I'm giving it a 2.5. So right now, Big Nick energy is really, the top tier book of this little group here. But like, it was just too short. And that's okay. Novellas can still be good. And I feel like I'm giving novellas a bad rap because like I've hated like 2 of them. I found myself needing more character growth, needing essentially more understanding between our characters than what we were given, because they just go from being like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm stuck with you, to let's have sex. And there's not much, build up or growth to get there, which is really frustrating because like that's what you want when when you're suddenly stuck in a cabin with your brother's best friend, who is also a hockey player, who also has a very bad hand injury, which like also this could have been like 300 pages and we could have really built on
all of the things that were set up that just kind of didn't go anywhere. Because genuinely, they didn't really go anywhere. They just put everything aside and, you know, just have sex. And it's like, I wanted more. And also, the smut, I don't know what it was. I genuinely don't know what it was, but that smut, it was not good. It did not hit at all. Just, there needed to be more done there than what was done. And let me tell you, things were not done. Just straight up weren't done. And it was very frustrating. Especially because, like, I had good vibes. And then the good vibes, they were tarnished. They really were. They were ripped to shreds. Okay. So that's our 5th Christmas book done. I am gonna have a 6th one for this video. I don't know which one it's gonna be yet. It's for sure gonna be one that I have on my Kindle, but I don't know which one yet. So stay tuned. I will see you for our 6th Christmas romance, which is the final book of this vlog. There's a 2nd vlog in December, so have no fear. Okay.
Hello, friends. I know in the previous clip I said I was going to read a 6th Christmas romance for this vlog. However, I have not yet picked another one to read for this. So, since I want to get the video out to you guys before December, for the first episode at least, I'm going to be ending this vlog here. As a little recap, we've read Wreck the Halls, which I gave 3 stars. We've read The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Liese, which I gave 4 stars. I read Resting Scrooge Face by Meghan Quinn, which I gave 2 stars. We read Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth, which I gave 4 stars. And then just recently I read Christmas Cupid, which I gave 2 stars. So out of all of those, my favorites are The Mistletoe Motive and Big Nick Energy. I really enjoyed my reading experience for those books, whereas for Resting Scrooge Face and Christmas Cupid, they are just so short that there's not really enough, you know, development, plot, like anything to go off of to enjoy the characters. So those are my least favorites of this video. Wreck the Halls is fine. Maybe you guys would like it. I don't know. It's hard to tell because every time I think about it, I'm just a little bit like, I kind of feel like I wasted my time starting this video with it, if I'm going to be 100% honest. Yes, Tessa Bailey's writing is good, but it also feels like there could have been so much more done with it. And also I spoke in length about how I felt like using Beat's trauma as a kink felt kind of icky to me. And even in hindsight, I still feel that way. I also do not find Beat attractive. I don't know if it's his name or if it's his trauma or the writing of him in general. Either way, by far favorite character of this whole little spiel was Mr. Nick Finch from Big Nick Energy, because we can all get behind a man driving an hour each way every single night to help a single mother. And their chemistry was very good. So yes, I still have a bunch of Christmas romances on my Kindle that I'm going to be reading. So have no fear. This is only the first episode of Christmas romances. There will be a 2nd episode coming in December right before Christmas. Because obviously I'm not going to stop reading Christmas romance just because I finished this video. It's about to be Christmas time, you know, get the holly jolly going. So yes, have no fear. There is still a 2nd video coming where I read more than just these 5 books. In fact, in December, I've decided to attempt to read a book every single day for 25 days.
Now, this does mean that I will be using Discord sprints heavily. If you want to join in on that fun, the link to the Sprintathon Discord is in the description below. I will be doing sprints every single weekend in December as well, for 'Tis the Season of Sprints. I didn't want to call it Sprint Miss because Olivia Reads a Latte did Sprint Miss on her Patreon, and I don't want to. Olivia is Olivia. Okay, and I don't want to step on her toes, even though she probably doesn't know that I exist. And on top of that, there are some great new releases coming that I really want to read. I know 2 books specifically that are coming out next month that are Christmas romances that I do really want to read, both by hockey romance authors. And if I remember correctly, one of them is for sure a hockey romance. So, a girl's got good things to look forward to. So, yes, this is the end of this first episode of this Christmas romance series. Have no fear, there are more coming. You will obviously hear more about Christmas romances towards the end of December. I have that video planned out to go up on Christmas Eve for you guys. So stay tuned, get excited, it's coming. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any Christmas romance recommendations for me. I would be happy to hear them. As a little note, I have already read Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison, and 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth. I read those last year. So if you do have Christmas romance recommendations, please leave them in the comments down below. I just wanted to let you know that I have read those 3 already, which are common recommendations for other people. And if you guys like this content, make sure to subscribe. We will be having sprints. We will be having the weekly vlog going up every Tuesday. We have some additional reading vlogs coming because you guys, as you're watching this, we are 2 days away from Betting on You by Lynn Painter coming out. We are about a week away from The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson coming out. She's the author of The Nanny, which you guys know that I liked. We are also 2 weeks out from the conclusion of the Eden series by Devney Perry. The last book in that series is coming out on December 7th. There will be some other little projects that I'm working on, and if you want to keep up to date with how my 25 books in 25 days challenge is going, you can also follow me on Instagram. I plan on doing an update every single day when I do finish my book. So there's a lot of things that I'm excited to share. Happy Christmas, Ron, happy Christmas, Harry. And also, I'm very excited for the new year. I am just ecstatic for you guys to see the things that I'm even thinking about. There's talk of some special things going on in February. There's talk of bringing something back in the new year. There's just exciting things, and I'm excited to share them and continue doing this with you guys, because honestly, since I brought it back, it has brought me so much joy. It's brought me to read even more. It's genuinely just made me feel like I have a creative outlet again, and I'm forever grateful for you guys for watching this, for following in my crazy reading journey. And yeah, subscribe if you want to, follow the Instagram if you want to, join the Sprintathon Discord if you want to, and yeah, stay tuned for episode 2 of Christmas Romance Reading, because it will be coming to you on Christmas Eve, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!